A warm, wonderful welcome to you. My name is Victor Zanetz. I'm a retired attorney from Sydney, Australia. I have been investigating the afterlife now for nearly 20 years. But I'm not into beliefs, I'm not into blind faith, I'm not into subjectivity or tradition, history or whatever, no. I'm into objectivity and repeatability. Because that gives me science, that gives me authority, and that what I tell you then is valid. Now, many people around the world over the last 20 years have been asking the same question. And the question is, what happens to us when we die? Now, there are 8 things which could happen to you when you cross over. Number 1 is when things are normal. The physical body is dead. You, the real you, comes out of your dead body, and you will have a new duplicate body of what you had on earth. All would be fully conscious. You have full consciousness. You have your mind, your memories, your emotions and your feelings, and you will be entirely very, very light, and you'll be met by loved ones who will help you to move on to the realm of the light. Number 2 is where a person has some unfinished business with some other people. Now, that person becomes like a ghost because it stays on the earth plane, and well, it may take a short time or a long time, but sooner or later that particular ghost person with unfinished business, once the business is finished, then that ghost will go towards the realm of the light and everything will be fine. Number 3 is where there is sudden death. It could be an air crash, it could be a car crash, it could be a heart attack, it could be even a murder. You could be murdered for whatever reason. What happens is when you're totally unprepared for the afterlife dimension. So you come out of your body again, you have your spiritual duplicate of your physical body in an afterlife dimension. You have your consciousness, you have your memories and your feelings and your emotions. But the fact is that it will take some time to adjust to the new situation. We don't know how long that will take. This depends entirely how spiritually advanced you are. But nonetheless, sooner or later, you will make it to the realm of the light, because that is consistent with the law of progress, that everything in the universe is evolving, even us, even our spirituality. Number 4 is where a person does not believe in the afterlife. Get a bit more serious then, because if the mind has blocked the possibility of there is an afterlife, can you imagine what happens to that person who crosses over, gets, with consciousness and the feelings and the memory? That person knows there's something has happened, right? He knows there's been a change, right? But refuses to accept that he is in the afterlife. So there's confusion. Now, this confusion may stay with this person for its ghost for eons of time, even for thousands of years, in mental confusion. But again, consistent with the law of progress, one day this person will make it to the realm of the light. Number 5 is a situation where a person crosses over and enormous fear sets in. And the ghost goes to a place familiar, such as a home. Let's say it's a female. Let's say she used to live in a nice little home, and she goes there, and she becomes like a benign ghost. Now, we don't know how long it will take. It depends entirely on when realization comes in. So, the fact of the matter is that she will be there as a benign ghost, but sooner or later, that benign ghost will eventually make it to the realm of the light. Number six is the poltergeist, which is an extension of number 5. Poltergeist comes from the German word noisy ghosts. Now, this person, now a ghost, goes drawn back to his home, and let's say his house was sold to some new people, never heard of before, and they come in and they want to use his house. Now this guy, this poltergeist, objects and makes a lot of noise. I have a chapter on poltergeists in this book, A Lawyer Presents the Case for the Afterlife, and also on chapter 29, What Happens When You Die. I'll give you the URL for this book and in my email address at the end of this video. Now, number 7 is a situation where a person was very, very cruel. There would be only very, very few people on earth who would be extremely cruel, extremely selfish. Perhaps they tortured others, perhaps they killed others constantly. But what happens is, because of the law of cause and effect, everything we do has a consequence, and his vibrations would have been reduced every time he did the wrong thing. So on crossing over to the afterlife, his particular vibrations would be low, which means that he can't go to the realm of the light. So he'll be drawn down to the lower end and the darker realm where his vibrations could be accommodated. But he may be staying in that lower realm for eons of time, perhaps hundreds and thousands of years. But again, consistent with the law of progress, one day, one time in the future, that particular ghost will eventually make it to the realm of the lights. And number 8, be careful with this one, because we do have few people on earth who are so rigid in their religious thinking, so inflexible in their religious thinking, that will adversely affect their crossing over. On crossing over, they don't go to the realm of the lights. They don't go to the lower realms. They go to a special place and joined by others who think like them, and that could create a very awkward situation. But remember, at all times, you are free to call for help. Just say, I need someone to help me. Anytime you're in trouble, help, and help will come. Okay? So there are 8 things for you to know. One of these will happen to you, guaranteed. One is where there are normal circumstances. The second one is where there's unfinished business with some other people. Thirdly is there is sudden death. Number 4 is where there's no belief in the afterlife at all. Number 5, where fear pulls the person down to a familiar place and becomes a bit-like ghost. Number 6 is poltergeist. Number 7, the cruel person. And number 8, extreme religious beliefs, which could adversely affect the person. So, I can tell you this: the afterlife has huge consequences. The more you read about the afterlife, the easier transition you will have, guaranteed. This is Victor Zambit. We'll see you next time.